Should your son chase stability or passion? And here's why I walked away from a $300,000 a year doctor job. So if your son's trying to figure out what he wants to do in life, then definitely keep on watching this. If you're new here, my name is Agam Dewan. I'm a child, adolescent, and adult psychiatrist. And so it's my job to help moms connect with their sons and help them with their mental health. Moms, a lot of moms come to me and they'll ask me, I want to help my son find some direction. I'm not sure what he wants to do, or I want him to do X or Y, or like he wants to do music, but like I think he should do business to get a secure job, or he's doing this engineering thing, but he's really into music, right? Like questions about that. So I'll share with you my story. Well, after I graduated from my child adolescent fellowship, last year. So I started working so I took an outpatient job as a psychiatrist. And I was very excited about the job, and, I wanted to work. I was like, okay, I'm making like real money now, like woo. But then some issues came up, and like long story short, I had some disagreements with leadership, and now I don't work with the company anymore. Now, this literally just happened last week as of this recording. And so then I had a tough decision to make. Well, like, what do I do now? So what I started doing was reaching out to some of my friends, other psychiatrists. I was like, hey, like, any other job offers, some, and like stuff came in. I reached out to some recruiters as well. So like I got these job offers, and I'm looking through them all, and I'm like, something just doesn't feel right. Something just does not feel right. Then I went to social media, I started just making more videos, and then I started I went live for maybe like 2 days on TikTok. So basically I just started a coaching program, just to try it. And we got 10 signups in 2 days. And I was like, whoa, okay. Like there's something here. And then I also had people reach out for help in my private practice. And so I was like, whoa, okay. Like there is something here. And I was talking to my roommate, and he's like, well, if you're feeling this, then like now might be the time. And I was like, you know what? Like, I think you're right. So literally as of like a week ago, I decided I'm not taking on any new job. I'm doing social media, influencing all this full time. And I can take on, I trained all this way to become a psychiatrist to get a good, nice, stable job where I can make good money and help people. So now I'm giving up like hundreds of thousands of dollars per year just to pursue this. But every morning I wake up and I'm like, I'm going to record. I'm going to script videos. I'm going to go live. Like I feel happy. I wake up whenever, I can go to bed whenever, and I feel motivated because I have clarity. I know now what I want, and that clarity has helped me so much. So the reason I'm making this video now is you're probably trying to decide, okay, should my son pursue his passion or should he do something that's stable? Like I was literally on the safe path. You go through med school, it's all planned out for you. You go through residency, it's all planned out for you. And then after residency, you get a good, nice, cush job. You work that job to retirement, save up for retirement, and then you're good. Like my life was planned. This stuff is kind of scary. Like it's scary because I'm in New York and rent is expensive. And I'm like, I need to figure out how to make money. I live in Manhattan. Like I pay thousands of dollars a month in rent, and like, if I don't take a new job, then I got to figure out how to make money fast. But I feel alive, right? So now to help out your son, right, we have to help him find some motivation and some direction. And a big thing that happens is that a lot of young guys fear that they chose wrong. When you have so many options around you, it's so hard to choose, right? If your son is going into college, he might be trying to decide which major do I do. And because he doesn't want to choose wrong, he might not choose anything. Like that's an analysis paralysis. Or if he's trying to choose a job, he doesn't know what job to pick. Or if he goes to college, he might want to do like a stable job versus engineering versus studying what he really wants, which could be like art or business or whatever, right? The safe path, I went the safe path, and I'm definitely glad that it gives me a fallback. That's the nice thing about the safe path is now I feel like, okay, even if this social media stuff fails, then I will always have a fallback. Like people will always need psychiatrists. So that's nice. But I feel like I could have got here a lot sooner if I didn't just take the safe path, and I just done this a little bit earlier too. Like let's say I'd got into social media and stuff after college, then my life would have been completely different. So pros and cons, right? Because if he forces himself into a job that he doesn't like, then your son is going to feel stuck. But then if he chooses some kind of career and things, or if he chooses some kind of follow his passion type of deal where he can't pay rent, he's living out on the streets, he's eating like hand to mouth, he's broke, he has to move back in, then that can cause a lot of stress too. And he's not seeing immediate success. He's comparing himself to his classmates who are way more successful. He's going to feel a lot of doubt about that himself too. So that's really important to acknowledge that. So mom, what can you do? The most important thing that you do is you cannot make a decision for him. Your boy, he's an adult who's going to be an adult, and whatever pressure you put on him is going to be kind of pointless because it's not coming from him. I saw this in med school and this is a big thing in the Indian community, where a lot of parents will tell their kids, okay, become a doctor, but a lot of those kids don't want to become doctors. And so either they cave in and they listen to their parents, and then they're miserable. And yeah, they might make money, but yeah, they're miserable. They hate med school, they hate residency, they get depression because it's not something that they intuitively want to do, intuitively excites them. So are you really helping out your son by forcing him to do something he doesn't want to do? So what you need to do is ask the right questions, like where do you see your future? What is important to you? If you look at it in 10 years, where do you see your life? Like just questions like that. What interests do you have? How could you help people? What could you like teach people doing? Like what kind of stuff? Just developing that relationship with him and then asking those type of questions is what's going to help you and help him make a decision too. A lot of people feel really stuck because they don't have clarity. So the most important thing that you can do, mom, is help him find clarity. So if he wants the safe path, then that's totally fine because now he wants it, right? For example, I had a friend in college. He was a bodybuilder, he was an engineering major, but he said that he knew his true passion was bodybuilding. And so he was doing the engineering stuff to fuel his bodybuilding aspirations. And that's what he did. So he worked as an engineer. And so he liked engineering. It's not like he didn't hate it, but that became the fuel for him for his bodybuilding dreams. And I think so now he's doing the bodybuilding, like influencing things full time. But that safe path really helped set him up for that foundation to do that, right? That's kind of how it's been for me, where I had the foundation of the safe path, and now I'm resting on that foundation to go about my more entrepreneur journey, more like my passion journey. The most important thing is that recognizing that he needs to get direction. So whatever he wants to do, he has to find direction. It's purpose that creates the motivation. Once he knows what he wants, then he'll be able to find it in whether it's a safe path, whether it's finding the non-safe path, right? Whatever it is. Also, just keep in mind that jobs aren't really stable as you might think, So like for me, like I literally like first found out last week, okay, I'm not going to be working at my job anymore. And it was all of a sudden, like 2 weeks ago, I guess. But yeah, it was just all of a sudden, very, very quick. So I'm like, okay, crap. So even the safe path is not even that safe for a lot of industries. For me, like luckily I can get a job elsewhere, but it might not be the case. So for your son in his industry, so always remember that. My dad, actually, he lost his job when I was 17, and we ended up moving from Canada to Alabama because of that. I moved right after high school. So he's an engineer, right? He'd been working at the company for like 12 years or something. So nothing is really safe. And also just recognize that he doesn't have to figure it out overnight too. Like, just because he wants something now, things might shift in 3 months, 6 months. Like my wants a month ago were completely different than my desires now. So, it's okay for him to not have recognized it right away, and, to give himself the grace too in making a decision. It's better to make a decision and work towards it and then decide to switch rather than not becoming paralyzed and not making any kind of decision. So, if your son is struggling with direction, struggling with motivation, right? You're struggling with where to take things, then I hope this video is really helpful. And I hope it's helpful for you too in helping decide, okay, what kind of career direction should your son go in? Yeah, so if you want my personal help with that or working through some of that stuff, right? Feel free to book a consult in my bio. And otherwise, I'll see you in the next video.